Zoro will be laughing all the way to the bank, bro.
Fuck.
Honestly, bro.
The chase bait with a glitch.
What the fuck, dude?
uh,
Uh,
nah, bro. You if you fucking killed me with the Sphinx cat, bro. I can't lie to you.
no, that shit was vile. That shit is
That
vile.
was that was
I ain't never in my
disturbed.
life thought to myself like, hey, you built like a Sphinx cat. You fine as fuck. Like the fuck?
Bald and cold and shaking in
Oh,
a corner. Ah, yes, you cute as
Old
fuck.
and wrinkly looking ass. Looking like a newborn baby. Fuck is you talking about?
Oh, Lord of mercy.
Is Eric with a K gonna canonically own a Sphinx cat?
No, Eric
Now
doesn't
he
like
must.
animals.
No,
Okay.
no, no, no. Now he simply has to make his familiar a Sphinx cat. Eric will never know. Eric will never know why it's a Sphinx cat. He'll just get progressively more and more annoyed at it, but it will always come back.
I'm gonna name him William Afton.
Okay. What are we
The
talking
man
about?
behind
What are we
the
talking about
water.
FNAF?
Every time Eric now kills a big bad, we just have like a Sphinx cat must arrive. The man behind the slaughter.
Why? What is this FNAF talk?
Oh, a lot has happened.
I
A
can
lot.
A
tell.
lot
Sadly,
happened,
you've
dude.
And
missed all
that's
the
cool.
lore.
That's
You've
cool.
missed all the
I
lore
can-
cube.
It's okay.
Bro.
I can I can just rewatch the recording because this has been recording for a while.
It's been
now.
recording.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
been
No!
Dun, 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 dun,
I'll put it
dun.
on
That's-
Twitter.
That's
Okay.
good. It's okay. I'll
Oh,
just
we're
rewatch it
gonna
later.
go on
But
Twitter.
anyway, hello there, everybody.
Who posted my
you're
notes?
You
posted my
ruined my
notes?
you ruined my dream journal.
Eric, I'm talking, okay?
You ruined my dream journal. But send it to the principal. This is a very chaotic start to a D&D session, a very sleepy one because I have not. I
When
have just
isn't it?
awoken.
At least it started.
Right.
Go.
Thank you.
Damn the shade.
We are yes, continuing on from what happened last session as we were rudely interrupted because I had to go pick up my mother from the airport.
Rudely, obviously.
Yes. Very rudely.
Pre-planned.
Damn, you mean she can't teleport yet? That's that's wild.
Oh, Jesus.
We'll just kind of have it cut as like an in-lore reason. So, because it will cut to a bit more stuff as to why she can, but it'll come at a heavy price is what I'll tell you. But anyway, before we were interrupted in our last session, it was Zoro's turn. Do I still have the initiative order? Okay, so I have the initiative order. It was Zoro's turn to make a swing at this very insectoid-looking being.
Yes.
Guy, dude, man thing, dude, this brous, yeah.
Yes. Okay. I actually built up a proper stat block for him because the time that we were having this, I didn't have a proper stat block. Now I got a stat block ready for him as well, along with all of his attacks and everything. So this is a very beefy boss. There's a reason why, but I allow you guys to kind of just work with what you guys got on hand. Zoro, if I remember correctly, in our last encounter with this guy, you have one more swing that I owe you from that point in the session.
All right, that's cool.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead attack him with Berserker's Edge again. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Because I
Fuck him
remember
up.
something. Oh yeah, because I only have a swing left. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll just do Berserker's Edge.
Okay. I'm not gonna allow you to make a roll here. As
You're not gonna allow him?
Yes. As you go for a swing, Zoro, and you clearly connect, as everybody can see, your blade clearly connects with this person's shoulder. You cannot push your blade all the way through like you normally would, but instead you hear a hard bang as your blade seemingly gets stuck in this person's shoulder. You try your hardest to wiggle it around. If you'd like, I can give you a sleight of hand check or a strength check.
Okay, I was about to say I'd prefer a strength check. Okay.
I will tell you
Here, I'll do-
outright that this DC is 18.
Bet. So I got a 19, bitches. 22.
All right,
Dude.
good catch.
I told you,
on
bro.
that.
I told you. What I tell you, y'all.
You are
It's only,
able
bro.
to indeed pull, you just like barely like pull your blade enough to be able, like with just pure strength to just pull through, but as you look at your blade you don't see any liquid like blood or anything that usually would be on your blade from a strike like that,
So he's just made a pure bug.
as you are
Pure
still
bullshit.
looking at this individual. Anything you want to do? I think you still, oh no, use your bonus action and your
Yeah, I
your
used
action.
everything. I don't have nothing else.
All right, it's Mercurial's
Because
turn.
Coco's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, so let's
All right,
see.
that's cool. Yeah, I have nothing else.
5, 10, and then 15. Mercurio is going to make 2 swings, but of course, like what happened with Zoro, when you see Mercurio make 2 swings, even with Divine Smite, you see that he hits twice, but it makes 2 loud bangs, as if Mercurio is swinging at metal itself. As you guys hear 2 bangs from Mercurio strikes, and you see Mercurio with a very concerned look on his face from those 2 strikes. He says, is this thing human? I don't think it's supposed to make that sound.
No, I don't think it is, man.
Definitely not.
Celeste.
Oh shit. Oh, I haven't even got her character sheet up. Well, that's on me.
That gives me some time to eat some more of my lasagna.
That is one May. Give me a moment. Alrighty.
Take your time. It allows me to eat my
dang
lasagna,
it.
so.
Your
I keep
vodka.
forgetting. I keep forgetting that crushing counters, it's the heavy, not guard. I don't know why I keep thinking.
Centurion doesn't have a crushing counter.
I think whenever we use
I'm gladiator. I keep on saying Centurion.
Gladiator
He
doesn't have a
crushing counter.
Damn, let me fucking do my
His
shit.
dodge.
Oh my fucking god. Let me do my shit.
Okay, go ahead.
Shut up.
I'm gonna use a scimitar.
Let her cook now.
Okay.
Let me cook.
Once again, same thing like always, Celeste. Like with
I
everyone
heard.
else. So you use your scimitar still, or?
It has a spell.
Huh?
Well, did you say my scimitar has a spell?
No, I was saying no. I was
but still
asking.
use scimitar.
I was asking you. If you
Physical
wanna use your
attacks don't
scimitar.
hurt this dude.
Well, because I'm looking at her spells. The issue with her spells, she has ones that have AOE attack. And most are like, the confusion and whatnot. Yeah, they're almost all AOE attacks. I mean, you could try Thunderclap. You create a burst of thunder sound that can be heard up to 100 feet. Each creature within range other than you must succeed a Constitution saving throw, or take 1.6 d6 thunder damage.
You can cast whatever you'd like to try it. So I sure as hell can't give you any more information besides what I'm describing to you.
No, that's fine. So it's a Constitution of 16 that they have to roll to save.
Okay. Let me double check. Just quickly double check because this is I will tell you, it is a custom stat block that I borrowed from a couple different entities for this entity to become a thing. So I'm gonna go with it. The only thing is I gotta go check the stats. Okay. You said a Constitution, correct?
Of 16, yes.
Of 16. Okay. Let me just go ahead. This is why I need to hurry up and buy some physical fucking dice because I have to boot up D&D Beyond on my fucking phone. If it would like to load, please.
Cube, if you want, I'll roll physical dice for you, and then I'll make sure to fudge all of the rolls so that they are to player advantage. How does that sound?
It's okay. I got it to work. Okay. So, a Constitution save. I don't even fucking need to add his modifier. I got a nat 20, so.
Fuck
Damn.
you.
You see that as you create this like thunderclap, you see that it like you see for a moment it seems like it did something as this like loud like thunder strike just hits this guy, and you can see the clothes rattling and moving, but you see that once it's done, still stands there coldly.
You see Celeste like just like doing like a like an annoyed girly growl as she sees it standing. She's like now thinking about what the hell to do.
Anything you want to do here, Celeste?
No.
Okay. Just double checking that the background is. Oh, hold on, I just need to double check on the recording that it's all working properly. Okay.
Unnamed goes next.
Shamar.
All right. Okay. I guess I'll just
He got tired
What?
of reminding him.
I was gonna say, I can summon my shadow 30 feet in the air. So I guess, seeing as we're going a whole hell of a lot of nowhere, I guess I'll get closer to the guy, so I'm flanking him with Zoro. And then I'll summon my shadow 30 feet into the air and see if I can't drive this man into the earth, like his bugs did to Shadow.
Okay, so you're gonna go to Zoro and flank, right? So 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so you're flanking. And then you wanted to summon your shadow as well, correct?
Yeah, summon the shadow 30 feet in the air, and then have it come down and try and push this guy into the ground.
Sorry about that. So Shamar, you see that you quickly dart over to him and summon your shadow above him. You see that your shadow descends very, very fast towards the ground. Soon as you get behind him and your shadow crashes, you see that there is a huge dust cloud that happens. But you see that as the dust settles, you see that your shadow is standing on top of this individual's shoulders while the blade, or while your lances are just like poking out of him but not pushing deeper into the individual.
Fun! So fun. Can I try attacking him?
Yeah, I mean, the individual allows you to just wail on him, but you try all sorts of tactics from training that you've had before, where you maybe try to aim for like a weak spot in one of his like leg areas, but same time as you try to like poke towards the leg area, it's the same thing. When you pierce through the cloak and you hit something underneath, it literally feels as though you are like poking at like a very solid steel pole, and you are just like laying into it, but nothing is happening. And you can see that your blades are slowly denting in on itself from these attacks that you're putting onto this individual.
All right. I guess at that point, like, Shimmer will just pull her lances back and just like look at the the fact that they're getting dented, and she'll just be like, "Well, shit, this is where I die, I guess." And that'll be the end of her turn.
Okay, Eric. Anything you do here? It's your turn.
I'm concocting. I'm scheming. I'm thinking. My brain's working. The gears are turning. Does this
Okay.
guy
Think
seem
Tom.
animate at all?
You see little bits of movement from him here and there, but he's not exactly very animate, unlike most creatures that you would see. He just
All right,
seems
because
to
Eric's
stand there like a statue most of the time and makes some small movements, but not very major ones.
has he even made a noise?
You heard a couple sounds that maybe sound like something from this individual, but as of late, nothing.
Yeah, make perception.
I mean, you don't need to give me a perception check because all of the sounds you're hearing, you know you can hear the very distinct sound of like metal clattering with each other, and it sounds as though like each of everybody's weapons that are just wailing into him, it literally just sounds like they are just swinging at something like a very solid metal that they are swinging at, and it's like just bouncing off of them and chipping some of their weapons from what you notice.
Okay. I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay. Oh, they even added the update for that thing, so the only problem is I don't know how to fuck to use it. I don't know how the fuck to use the whole thing of like, because they added an update where you can put like a whole AoE circle now, but I
You were
don't know.
using it one time earlier.
No, it was because I was using this one, Toggle Rules. This was the one that I was using, but I don't know how to actually like use AoE shit. So, okay. So you summon Fairy Fire around. You summon Fairy Fire, and it's an AoE
Eric?
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, Eric puts his fingers in a gun shape as like a red kind of flame is on the tip of the fingers, and he fires, and it shoots like a flare in the air.
Okay. You see that this flare flies up and it lands next to him, and you see that a like very distinct circle begins to like form for your Fairy Fire. Nothing seems particularly different. Probably the only thing that you notice is that when you look at this individual under the hood, you cannot see anything. You cannot see anything in there. It's just darkness. Even when the individual, even if there's like a light source right there in front of you, you don't see anything inside this individual's hood. Nothing.
Okay. Well, anyone invisible around him would be revealed.
No,
Nobody within 20 feet.
there is nobody around.
Okay, well, he needs to make a dex save.
Okay. I'll gladly do a dex save for you. What is the DC?
17.
Got it. 29. Okay. So it passed.
Hey, fucking excuse me?
That is a 29 on its roll. It passed.
And oh,
Girl.
You see that
That's crazy.
you see that as this Fairy Fire has landed and created this distinct circle, you see that this almost like in slow motion, Eric, as you see that the circle is slowly forming, you see something weird about this individual. Like for like just a brief second, it just seems like he moved an inch. And you see that as you look over at his feet, you do see that he has moved, but it's almost as if he moved faster than your eyes can keep up with.
That's impossible.
Anything you do here?
Yep. I honestly don't know. I guess I'll just Mantle of Flame,
Okay. So,
and I'll end my turn.
okay, you Mantle of Flame and end your turn. Falkaro, anything you want to do in your turn?
It's a me. Hold on, I gotta look at the battle map because otherwise my internet will crash if I keep it open the whole time. Wait, there's a guy here? When did he get here?
So.
Oh wait, he was here
so-
last time. He
yeah.
was last time.
Yeah, he was here from last time. yes.
Let me
So-
see what I can do to disguise. Oh. What? Ah, shit.
Okay, don't explain.
What can I do? Ooh. Can I start by making an Arcana check?
Okay.
Yep.
What happened? Sorry, I went to go grab a water.
No, you're okay. I want to start by making an Arcana check, because I haven't been here, so this is like raw. Whoa. To see if he's like
Pause.
a magically
Delicious.
magic guy.
This guy is definitely magic.
Well,
No,
I more so
he's
want to see if
magically
casting. I'm okay. He's not the fucking leprechaun, bro. I want to see if casting counterspell
very
on him
delicious.
would be effective. That's what I want to see.
Falcaril, you do not need an Arcana check for this. The moment that you begin to try to sense out his magical capability, I'm gonna need you to give me a Constitution save for me, please.
Okay,
Oh fuck!
Damn.
Bro does not like being
I
spied
got
on.
a 21.
21. Falcaril, you see that as you try to like tunnel vision and focus in on this individual's magic aura, you feel something bite back at you, and it almost makes your stomach churn so much that your body physically was about to retch and barf in this very battle, but you're able
That's
to maintain yourself. throughout that.
Disgusting.
Bro, so
But
that's
you know,
barf twice in a campaign is okay.
but from what you can feel from that one instance, this very like strong magical sense you got from this individual, they are definitely inhuman by any measure. No demon that you've encountered
Perfect.
either has had
Perfect!
the
Oh
same.
my god, this is perfect! I'm gonna cast.
Fuck him up.
I'm gonna cast Planar Binding.
Okay.
This is perfect.
Do describe planar binding for me, please. Do describe it.
You attempt to bind a celestial, an elemental, a fey, or a fiend to your service. The creature must be within range for the entire casting of the spell. Blah, 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 blah. The creature must follow your commands to the best of its abilities. You might.
Okay. It's cool.
It does have a
because
casting time though, but I have spell slots, so we're gonna ignore the casting time, right? Right.
It's cool because I didn't realize that when I built him, I had him built for the situation against wizards too. That's pretty neat.
Wait, he's built against
I'm-
wizards and our marshals didn't do anything.
I'm not a wizard. I'm a
or
warlock and a
any
cleric.
type of I'll
Can I-
give it to you that he has stuff to deal with planar magic.
Bruh. So I'm.
Falcaril,
So there's no point in me casting planar binding.
do you want to still use planar binding?
Well, if he has things like, bro, you're gonna hit me with fucking counterspell, and I'm not just gonna counterspell
Oh,
him
it's
back.
it's not a counterspell. It's something definitely for
Me,
flair.
me, 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 me.
Um,
Okay.
Look at me when I lie.
Welcome to the aberration that flew out of the sky that decided we're all just tripping balls.
Okay, that's great. Then,
I know I am.
Can I talk to my bestie Pop and ask him to help me deal with this problem? Can I
Like, that's
can I
it.
talk to my bestie Pop? My girly Pop's like
Moraga.
bestie?
okay, so
Yeah, I know
you're
that,
going
Yaka.
to you're going to expend.
Don't be actually.
You're going to
me.
expend a spell slot, or are you gonna go through with this? Because if I remember correctly, it's a ritual, and you're gonna have to go through 10
It is.
turns. You'd have to slog
Yeah,
through 10 turns for
divination.
this.
I have a spell slot that I can use.
Okay. Okay.
Where did my spell go?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yaka fucked up my character.
Oh, shit.
I told you to. I gave you just keep A, B, and C, and you can do whatever you want with the rest of it.
You literally messed me up, bro. You got. Hold on. Un momento, por favor.
Now you're appropriating my culture. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking deserved. You called me ugly to my face.
Oh,
Okay,
Um,
A same cat, mind you.
so you're going to try to contact Ignis.
My king.
For
Okay.
flavor.
Poor flavor.
Falcoro, you use your divination to try to speak to Ignis. You see that your divination has created a link between the two of you, but unlike the usual, you're not brought into a shadowscape.
Okay.
You can feel that there is a like mental connection between you and Ignis, and you can feel that he's definitely able to hear you for sure. So what is it that you want to ask him?
How the fuck do I deal with this problem, bruh? Cause this is
us.
this shit ain't gonna fly. This shit ain't gonna fly, bruh.
Falcarol.
Um,
So you asked him that as a question, right, of how to deal with this individual.
yeah.
You don't hear a response from Ignis, but a very snarly voice is one that you might recognize through a very false pact that was kept between the both of you.
Aw, can you fucking fuck off, dude? Is this the goddamn great old one? Because I'm gonna be pissed if it's the goddamn great old one.
You hear a very
God.
snarly and very familiar voice that pops into your head. Rather than Ignis speaking to you, you hear the voice of
Oh no.
the old one that you had made a pact with.
Oh, great.
You tried to destroy your pact. Why?
Cause you suck actual fucking ass.
Type shit.
What a way to go.
Ignis is preoccupied. However, you can speak to your old one. Have fun.
Okay. That's great and all, but I don't really fuck with you. So
It was. You feel that after your small, slight encounter with the old one, your connection with Ignis is immediately severed.
you bitch. What is your problem? You literally oh my god.
This will play out. Don't worry. Anything else you want to do on your turn, Falcro?
No.
Okay.
To fix my fucking character sheet because Yaka fucked it up.
I'm
Okay.
just the
At
problem for
the-
everything, aren't we? Yeah, right.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
At the end of every person's turn order, you guys see that this individual slowly you see that their hands are like, you see that their robe is like put together at the hand. You see that they move their right hand, and you see on their right hand they do very small gestures until they come up to one gesture.
Domain expansion.
You
Hollow purple.
hear.
Malevolent tribe.
You hear many voices click up all around you. All of you guys can hear these like cacophony of just voices from all different types of people until it all clicks and you have one voice that clicks out through the rest of them. Forbidden magic, cosmic lore. And with that one instance, all of you are immediately brought down to a prayer state, forcing all of you into a portion where you are unable to move a single muscle, as it feels as if the literal gravity it feels as if literally the weight of the world is pressing.
Can we not
down
hit
on
this
you.
man with a counter spell?
No.
Can we not hit the fucking oh my god, why are you like this?
You guys
Why
are
are you like
you
this?
guys all feel like you are being pushed down by the weight of the world. As you see that this individual still holds out a gesture, And then you see with their left hand, you see that they hold out their left hand in a claw state. As he looks over in front of you, Celeste, you see that he has his hand in front of you. He says, "Now die slowly." And as he says this, Celeste, you feel something at your foot. And as you struggle to look down, you see that there are dozens, and I mean dozens, of bugs that begin to start building itself up around you, Celeste, as they slowly begin climbing you bit by bit. You all see this as well, as all of you as well feel bugs just starting to crawl from your feet, unable to move, as these bugs are just seemingly just free range to just
I'd
run
like
all
to
over you.
intervene.
And
I would like to try and see if my shadow, because my shadow is an object. Thank you, Yaka. So is it affected in the same way?
Yes.
Fuck you, asshole.
I'm cool with this.
As
Okay,
you
put bugs all over me.
as you see
If
that
these bugs are on me, they're taking 5 fire damage.
yes, but
Celeste hates bugs. This
yes,
is her worst
but
nightmare.
the bugs, for you, Eric, as these bugs are climbing up, you see that
Oh, they're fire bugs?
you see that some of them are being like ignited and they fall off of you, but you see that more and more begin piling faster and faster. That the output of damage that you're putting out to these bugs is being completely overshadowed by the amount of bugs that are starting to sprout faster and faster from you, Eric, as all of you are all consumed into... You guys are all consumed by just bugs, as you guys feel that as these bugs climb you and they start to feel some of your flesh, you see that they immediately start snapping and biting into your flesh, unable for you guys to move, and having to...
I cast hellish rebuke because they hit me.
I also have hellish rebuke.
as you guys
I
are
have hellish
all
rebuke.
encased in bugs, unable to move.
Oh man.
Well,
However,
I'm glad you guys enjoyed Eyes of Astra. Join us next
I
time
didn't say you
for
guys
the new
died.
camp.
I don't know where the fuck you're going, dude. But
End
Now
scene
your
and credits.
souls are
That's
just
it.
in
Celeste
purgatory.
dies. This-
we'll go this as a small little narrative portion. Falcaril.
Hello.
As these bugs continue to consume more and more of your flesh, you feel it bit by bit as they are just piercing through and tearing into your flesh. You feel that everything stops. And you are
Thank God.
you're kind of like in a limbo-esque state where you are you're still awake by all means, but just unable to move your body at all. And it is not until that in this very dark plane that you are looking at does a light kick up in front of you, a blue light kick up in front of you. And you see that this blue light gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you can start to see something next to that blue light. You see a very familiar
Blue
hairstyle,
reversal.
a very
Hollow purple.
familiar blue.
I'm
you
blue,
see
yabba
a-
dee yabba da.
Jesus Christ. You see a very familiar hairstyle poking through the darkness as you see Ignis's head being illuminated by the blue flame next to you. But you also notice something different about Ignis, that one of the chains that held one of his very 4 arms has broken off. You see that for the first time, you're able to see a part of Ignis's face now. As you see Ignis lifts his head, and you see his eye. You see his left eye. And his left eye it looks nothing like any human eye at all. From what you are looking at, it looks as if you are looking at a galaxy in his eyes. As Ignis's voice...
His eyes are Weezer blue.
as his his voice kicks in this time in your head. Not the old one, but Ignis this time. Have you died?
That's a great question. I think My flesh is being eaten by bugs.
This cannot stand. Not here. You see that he lifts up the hand that was limp but is detached from the once very great chain that was holding it. As he holds out his hand towards you, he says, "I will use what is left of me to help you." And you see that as he lifts up his hand, you see that he lifts up his palm towards you and immediately makes a fist. And as he does so, you see that a ring of fire bursts out from around you, Falcaril. Like a ring of blue flame bursts out, and you are in the middle of this circle. As this flame shoots up higher, almost creating like a circular wall of flame around you. As Ignis kicks up his voice in this darkness, as he says, "You, my only disciple, do you accept the pact of Ignis?" Answer! You see that the flames rage up. He says, "Answer!" You see that the flames rage up. You see that the flames rage up very intensely as you hear his voice again. "Do you denounce the great old one that binds you?" You see that a small bit of like flame kicks up, and you see that you are looking at a book. And you see that the book immediately flips through so many pages until it reaches one page. And you recognize this page. This was the page that you had signed when you were much, much younger, selling off your entire soul to the old one. You see that your very scribbled handwriting is there where the contract should be, and you see that one flame from the wall of fire kicks up over to the book, and you see that the book is ignited immediately, burning the entire book to ash, as you hear the great old one yelp out in very, very angered tension. You break our contract. Why? You will. And you see that Ignis. You see that through the flames. You see Ignis hold out his hand to his left. He says, "Old one, be gone." And you feel that. You always felt that like connection that you always had with that the old one. You see that as Ignis does this, the connection you feel with the old one, almost as if he was spying on you, kick off. It is gone. As you see that from the ashes of the once old contract that you had, you see that bits and pieces of it begin rising up little by little to form a like very crude looking paper that has the names of you written on it, and it is a contract for you to sign, denouncing your soul to the old one, and instead making a pact with Ignis. As you see that a feather, you see that like a bit of flame kicks up and a feather appears. He says, "Sign it." You see that the flames rage. You see that the flames rage harder. Do it! As you finish writing your signature, you see that the contract immediately burns up, and you see that it flies out of the It flies out of the ring of fire. As Ignis says, "Good. Then the bonding will begin." And you see that the flames around you begin closing in closer and closer on you, Falcoro, as you feel the heat get stronger and stronger as the heat is slowly pushing up on you until a point where you are completely engulfed in flames, Falcoro. And in this very instance that you are engulfed in this very divine flame, you are immediately brought back to see that you are glowing. Even under all of these bugs, you are able to see perfectly fine as you are able to also move. And in this instance, Falcarol, a very, almost like a familial memory comes out to you, and you are given witness to some, it's almost as if some weird symbols have kind of kicked up in your mind, and you are able to cast an odd type of spell almost, as you see that some of the bugs begin melting off of you. You see there is only one word that kicks up in your mind. Ignis is the word that kicks up in your mind, and it is almost as if anticipating for you to say it. As you say that, a huge burst of flame completely engulfs all of the bugs around you, completely melting completely melting the completely melting all of the bugs around you. And you see that you're able to summon a new form of a Falcaril, a new soul bonded version of Falcaril with Ignis as a second soul piloting her body. In this instance, you see that everybody is encased in these bugs, and you see that everybody is still trying their best to move, but you are able to move, even though you feel that the cosmic weight is pushing down on you, but it's not as pressuring as it once was, and you're able to freely move in it. You see, okay, and then in this, I'll also send you the 2 spells that I had that will help you. That will be only for this fight. Don't worry, this is stuff on a Google Doc. Don't worry, this is stuff on a Google Doc. So that's fine. If you want to rework it, that's cool too. But this is just the stuff that you will have for now in this fight. Let me just go ahead and send it to you real quick. Okay, I will go ahead and there you go. So these are the 2 spells. This is the 2 spells that you are able to use. And with this, you see that almost like your body moving autonomously. You see that you quickly move your hand, and you see that a huge wave of hellfire pushes out towards everybody, and you see that everybody catches on fire, but you see that the bugs melt off of them. For all of you guys, you see that you guys feel a very strange warmth. Eric, you recognize this warmth as hellfire, as you see that your vision begins to come back, as you guys feel that the bugs are not only falling off of you, but you feel that all the bits that you were bitten, all of the portions of your flesh that were torn off, you begin to feel it slowly return back to you, almost if you were healing very rapidly. And you guys see that one by one, you guys are freed from this you guys are basically freed one by one from this very insectoid imprisonment. As this individual looks over, he says, "No, it can't be." You see that he turns his attention directly towards you, Falcarol. He says, "You Who are you? You see that the individual immediately clicks off of their. You see that they're trying to communicate with you, Falcarel, but in like once again through like your own bodily autonomy, you click up a spell and you see that you throw like a blue fireball, or not fireball, a blue flame bolt at this guy, and you see you hit him directly in the face, and you see that he quickly screeches out in pain as you see that you see some like type of like strange like tan sludge like begin pouring out of the hood as this individual grabs like the inner portions of the hood, and you guys see that a very sloppy drop as you see that there is a human head that has come out of that is slowly like burning and melting away, and all you guys hear now is just pure screeching. You see that this individual immediately goes berserk as they throw off the robe, and you see that this is a very, very disturbing insect individual. All of you guys are freed from your little prisons. One sec, I need to find yes, from your insectoid bonds, Mr. Bonds. Fuck, there was like a very disgusting like insect like model that I could use. Fair. No. Fuck, there was one in here that I saw. I should have just fucking placed it outright. I don't know why I did. I don't know why I didn't just like place it outright. Fuck. Yeah, she is typing very, very loudly. Holy shit. Don't worry, we're just. Ah, that's. Damn it. Fuck, really? What? Where is it? Okay, there you go. This is not exactly the right one, but there was a specific one that I wanted to use. You see that they throw off their cloak, and you guys see that this very disgusting looking insectoid has finally showed himself. You guys are all freed and able to do your actions once again. For this, we will continue with our regular turn order, along with adding the insectoid. I know. Oh my god. It's probably going to be so loud in the recording, too. I kind of like kick back to the recording. Probably. Let me just real quick go ahead and throw up an initiative for this guy. Because I didn't throw up an initiative. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Okay. So as for initiative, yes, hold on, I'm just fixing it real quick. Okay. Boom. Okay. Oh, you guys don't have to roll initiative. I was just rolling initiative for the guy. Yeah, I was just rolling initiative for the guy. There you go. All right. So, reapplying in the turn order. We begin once again. Back to you, Zoro. Go ahead. Okay. So you cast Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and give me attack rolls if you'd be so kind. He's flying for honor during this. playing like Dominion or something? Oh, okay. Oh, brawls. 23. That definitely hits. Go ahead and give me some damage if you'd be so kind. Oh, okay. Okay. $12. Okay. So 12. Second one. Yeah, so you'd have to roll. Yeah, you'd have to roll for each one. Okay. And the last one? 18. If you want to use a tally for it, yeah, absolutely. So you add a d6 to however many tallies you're adding to your attack. Yep. Three. Okay, plus 3. So you did a total of 51 damage. Holy shit. That is a good amount of damage to piece up together for that. Oh, sorry. I thought you were rolling for damage already. Okay, my bad. Okay, so the first two you hit, but the last one you missed. Okay. 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 24. Okay. Zoro, you see that as you hit this guy with Eldritch Blast, you see that a portion of his carapace like cracks on those two attacks from the Eldritch Blast, as the third one like ricochets off of the side and like hits a wall past him. You see that some portion of the carapace that his carapace kind of like breaks off a little bit, and he looks over and says, "No, my shell." We're about to find out if you guys do enough damage. Anything else you do on your turn, Zoro? If that's how that one works, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me an attack roll if you'd be so kind. Hits. Go ahead and give me some damage. You'd be so kind. Nope. It does not. Yeah. Okay. You see that you try to use your pommel, and you see that you like try to aim it at it, but you see that he sees you're trying to target the piece of the carapace that you had like previously like done damage to, and you see that he quickly moves his carapace in a way that you bash like a more sturdy portion of it, and you see that he you see that he kind of like leaps backward to kind of push you off of him. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Mercurio is going to go next, and he is going to make 2 swings at this guy. So the first, it's fucking close by 2, missed, and the second one, Second one also missed. You guys see that Mercurial quickly goes over and he like makes another 2 swings at him, but you see that the insectoid quickly, once again, like what he did with Zoro, quickly pivots himself so that his back is like the sturdier portion of his shell is like facing towards Mercurio, as Mercurio strikes twice, and both attacks it like repels Mercurio's swings. As Mercurio kind of backs up, and you see that his hand is kind of shaky. He's like, "Ooh, that's a very tough shell." Ooh, ooh. Okay, Celeste, it is your turn. Okay, go ahead and give me 2 attack rolls if you'd be so kind. Hits. Go ahead and give me some damage. Hits. Give me some damage. $11 damage. Okay. Celeste, you see that you take this opportunity as his shell, like the sturdier portion of his shell is aimed towards Mercurio. You take this quick opportunity to make two quick slashes at the point, and you see that you're able to chip off even more of the carapace, as you see that you're able to like slash at something very squishy underneath, dealing a total of I think 13 damage? No. 6 and 11. 17. Sorry, I can't fucking math in my brain right now. Anything else you want to do on your turn? Two? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put the base color to yellow to signify that you have Bardic Inspiration. Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to do in your turn? That's all. Okay. Shamar, it's your turn. That's only for Zoro because his attention is turned towards your direction. Unless your shadow, unless you're. Yeah. No, sorry, my bad. I'm misreading everything. Sorry, I'm still. Yeah, I'm completely misreading a lot of shit right now. Sorry. Go ahead and make your attack rolls if you'd be so kind. Break it down. This fucking guy. I try to make sure that it's always a good battle music. Damn. The 16 misses, the 19 hits. Okay. Hits. All right, all hit. Give me some damage. Each of these. So you made 4 rolls, correct? Okay. Okay. Takes 4 to the first one. Second one. Third one takes half. Okay. And so for your first strike, you got a what? Sorry. For damage. Uh-oh. Sorry, what was the damage you got on your... Brr. Okay. So a 10, 9, 7, and a 15, correct? Okay. Um... Okay, so 41... okay. It was pushed over to the side of him, as you can see from on the representation for it. Okay. One quick second. 1 second. I need to do some quick maths right now because I'm being kind of stupid. If I remember correctly, if we have it, we like round up, right? If it's like a decimal placement for anything, Yaka, right? We round up. Oh, is that done? Okay. Okay. So 10, 9. Okay. The actual damage you did was 33. As you see that on your... Okay, yeah. I was going to name off some stuff for Flare, but okay, 1 sec. Just going to do some more maths. Yeah, you're good, you're good. Okay, yep, go ahead. Hits. Roll me some damage. Seven. Okay. Okay. Anything else? All right. You guys see that Shamar you see that Shamar quickly does 4 strikes as she is just like completely just wailing into that portion of the carapace and like tearing open more and more of his carapace. But you see that on her final strike, you see that you see that the insectoid quickly pivots itself again, this time aiming it so that he leans himself forward with his shoulder, and it pierces through to his shoulder, but it's not a very... because he kind of like pushed forward, a lot of that momentum that you had for your swing kind of got like cut off midway, causing the damage for that last swing to be only half. So you got, instead of the full 15 damage, it was a 7 damage that you did for half of that. As per his reaction. Yes, and then you see that your shadow quickly upon you like piercing into his shoulder, you see that you quickly like pivot it so that your arm you kind of like wrap your body around his arm, giving your shadow an opportunity to quickly make a good strike at its carapace again on its back before letting go and kind of backing up away from him. So that's it for Shamar's turn. It's the insectoid's turn. This insectoid is going to target you, Shamar. I'm just gonna double check its stuff. Okay. So for the first, does a 15 hit? Man, that's a bad roll. Okay, on his second one. Ooh. Does a 24 hit? Yeah, okay. So then I need to go ahead and grab the damage for that. Shamar, you see that you're able to dodge his first strike, but you see that he is able to quickly, like, even though his carapace seems like very big and seems kind of bulky, it seems that he's very agile on his feet. As you see that he was able to, like, he misses his first strike, and in that, like, brief period that you were still kind of, like, trying to get your footing, you see that he was able to quickly dash over and slash you, dealing 21 points of slashing damage. And I'm gonna need you to give me a I'm gonna need you to give me a constant. Oh wait, elf, right? Okay, so that doesn't apply. Okay, and then for the final strike, yeesh, that's not gonna hit either. It's a 12. Okay, you see that he was able to make. You see that he made like 3 quick strikes. You see, you were able to dodge the first one. You got like slashed up on the second one, and you see that he like quickly pivots again. But you see that he kind of lost his footing when he was moving, and that it made him just slow enough that you're able to like quickly once again dodge under the attack. As you see a very audible screech coming from this insectoid being at you, Shamar. Um. Uh, Eric, it's your turn. Fireball! Fireball! It is wizard time, motherfucker! Fireball! Complete disregard of his surroundings, lol. Okay, so what is it that Eric does here for this little portion? Zoro. Oh, sorry. I'm stupid. Hold on. It's supposed to be Falcarol, but I completely forgot to add the new Falcarol onto the turn order. That's right. Not Guiding Bolt. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, level 2 Scorching Ray. The 16 does not hit. Hits. I will tell you that because a good chunk of his carapace has been like broken off, and a bunch more of his like a bunch more of the flesh underneath it is like more exposed. His AC is decreased. Hits. Both hit. Yes, sir. Okay. Eric, you see that as you are creating these like small fireballs to shoot at him, you see that he quickly takes note that you are gonna cast a scorching ray, and kind of like hobbles himself to kind of like use whatever portion of his carapace is still left over to be able to protect himself. But you see that he was just slow enough that like he quickly pivots it, so you shoot and it like ricochets off of the off of one portion of the carapace, but you see that you're able to quickly aim the other two at like very large portions of the openings on his body, hitting both of them. As you see, once again, the creature screeches out in very immense pain. Okay, anything else you want to do in your turn, or? Okay, Falcarol, it's your turn. The new and improved Falcarol. Yes, this one. This insectoid looking being. Yeah, he's purple. Purple guy. He is purple, so... The eyes of 87? Oh my god. The eyes of 87. I hate that. MySpace? MySpace? I didn't even know that. MySpace? I barely know her. Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's 25 feet between you and the bug man. Don't forget about the 2 new spells that you have access to as well. You didn't pay attention to the second one then, for sure. I know, because I had to... No, because when I finished making it on D&D Beyond, I the problem, the one with Shamar, I made the spell and I finished it, but I forgot to save it on D&D Beyond before I turned off my computer, so I actually lost it and I have to remake it. I'm so sorry, Shamar. I'm so sorry. This one I had to listen. I for this one for Falcrel, I had to do it on Google Doc as well, and I sent it to her as like a thing for Google Doc. So I'll just redo it as a thing for yours. I'll just send it to you in a bit. Okay. Yes, you are within range. Go ahead. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I forgot to put the DC. Yeah, it's your. We'll put it as your. Okay. Yeah. Because he does have a pretty high dexterity, so it would make sense that it would be anywhere around a 20. So let's see. Okay, let me quickly make a roll real quick. But D&D Beyond is being so fucking slow. He barely just fails that with a 9. Yep. 3d10s and then 2d8s. Remember, this is temporary, so it's only for this battle that this will have this type of effect. Are you okay? 1, 2. Okay. You added. Okay. Okay. You guys see that? You guys look over and you guys see that Falcrel. Falcrel, you see that you're able to like you move your left hand up and you see that you create this like small little like hellfire tornado in your hand. As you see that it quickly condenses into like a very like small sphere that when thrown, you throw it directly at him, completely bypassing Shamar. Shamar, you see that like as you like block an attack from him and back up, you see like almost like in slow motion this very small like colorful orb bypass you at like fucking Mach 10 like whooshing past you, and it hits this guy, and you see that he is completely like struck down with this like immense wave of heat that immediately erupts, almost like a volcano just erupted right there, in between all of you guys, completely dealing 20, what was it, 26 points of damage. 26 points of damage. Anything else you want to do in your turn, Falcarol? Okay. We return the turn order back to Zoro. Go ahead. Zoro? Zoro. It's your turn, Zoro. Oh, you're gonna try to grab him. Okay. This would be contested athletics. So, you give your athletics and I'll give mine. I will tell you, he is very athletic. Oh, sorry, it's athletics. My bad. It's the wrong skill. So you might have it. You might actually have a really good shot with this. Let me just see. I got a 12 overall. Okay. You guys see that Zoro, you guys see that as, like, the flames kind of, like, die down. You see Zoro completely rushing in through the smoke. And you see that, like, out through the smoke, you see Zoro does, like, a full, like, football tackle on this guy as he, like, tackles him to the ground on the other side, like, away from all of the smoke and debris. And you see that he, like, quickly, like, grapples onto him. So what do you do here now? Hi, Milo. What you doing? Okay. I will quickly double check the patch that we put up for Coco in instances like this. Just real quick. Let me pull it up. Okay. Okay, Coco's bite is now +5 to hit and deals 1d8 +3 piercing damage +2d6 fire damage. Okay. Okay. With this, Coco gets advantage because you're grappling him. So you're grappling the guy. Yes, that also kind of accounts as some part of his net. With that fucking nat 20, holy shit! With advantage, he got a nat 20. So 2d8 plus 4d6. Okay. Zoro. Hold on one second. Let me just make some quick calculations because I need to calculate the health for this guy real quick. Okay. Zoro, you see that as you have him grappled, you quickly you quickly whistle over at Coco, and you see that Coco immediately takes action. As you see that Coco immediately starts just biting and clawing into this guy, dealing a total of 27 damage. As he is just completely scratching and biting into the under portions of this bug, as he is just tearing away at the exoskeleton and just breaking pieces of it, and you see that he is just going ham on this poor bug, dude. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn, Zoro? You already use your because I believe your bonus action is tied to what action Coco can do. Oh, you use your action to grapple. Oh, does it count as an attack? Okay. I didn't know how that worked. So, okay. All right, so you have an extra attack then. Okay. So you're going to use the glaive and pierce him, okay? Give me an attack roll if you'd be so kind. And give it with advantage because you're because he's grappled. Hits. Go ahead and give me some damage. Yes, you're also in a rage. Okay. It's a con save. Con save of 15. It's quite a high constitution. And he passes with a 17. Okay. You see that as you have him like grappled to the ground, you quickly whip out your glaive and you stab it directly into him. And you see that it pierced into his body. You see that it slowly begins to freeze over, but you see he was able to quickly pivot it so that he sliced a bit more of his body, but he was able to get the glaive out of his body, completely encasing him in frost. Okay. And what is that? Go ahead and give me a description. Okay, so go ahead and give me that 1d6 plus 3. That's 9. Holy shit. Okay, anything else you want to do here, Zoro? Okay. We cut back to Mercurio. Mercurio is going to make 2 strikes with advantage against the bug man. Hits on his first one, and he's going to do Divine Smite at a second level. Just gonna double check real quick. Actually, you know what? He's gonna use one of his third level slots actually for this. So that's 3d8s, I think. Let me double check. Absolutely. I'm just gonna double check real quick. Divine Smite. Improved Divine Smite. Whenever you hit a melee target, the target takes an extra 1d8 damage. Oh, so an extra 1d8. So you can expend 1 spell slot, so 2d8s. So if it's at a level 3, that's 4d8s plus improved Divine Smite, which adds another d8. So that's 5d8s plus on top of the regular Morningstar damage he does. Holy shit. So as for the base damage he does 7 plus the 5d8s, which will be 7 plus 7 plus 25. That's, oh my god. That's 32 already outright. Holy shit. And that's only on his first strike. He's gonna do it on his second one as well. So on his second strike, he's also got advantage as well. So let me just make Morningstar advantage roll. And he hits with the second one too. Divine Smite again, dealing 12 damage as a base, and he's gonna do another third level spell slot for this. So that's another 5d8s. So 12 plus the 5d8s that come from it. That is 18. So that's 30. Fucking A, 30 damage. Holy shit. Okay. You guys see that Mercurial, like, upon you, like, from where you're grappled, Zoro, it's almost as if, like, that scene in, what the fuck is it called? Seven Deadly Sins, I believe is what it's called. Where you see that, like, Escanor, you see that, like, the demon that makes a pact with him for, like, a little game, when Escanor was, like, a barkeeper. You see that, like, yeah, from where you're standing, it looks like that exact scene where it's like, it looks like Mercurial is, like, 100 times your size, as you see him, like, slowly lifting up his morning star, and you see that it like completely matches the same size as the sun, as you see that you see that his morning star burns it like glows brightly, almost like there is a fucking star in his weapon, as you see him make two, like, very slow but, like, very big damaging bashes down to the demon in front, or to the insectoid in front of you, as you as you kind of, like, look up at this. Okay, okay, that's it for that. That's it for Mercurio's turn. Celeste, it's your turn. Yes, he still has him grappled. Yep. Okay, give me an attack roll if you'd be so kind. With advantage, yes. Because he is grappled. Let's go ahead and roll me some damage. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was sneezing. What was the damage? 29? $20 damage total. Holy shit. So you guys, Zoro, you see that Celeste quickly as well takes this opportunity, and you see that she makes two quick slashes onto the stomach of this insectoid, as it's like trying to, like, worm its way out, and it's like screeching constantly in your ear. Anything else you do on your turn, Celeste? Okay. Just gonna cut back the base color for that. Okay, it is Shamar's turn. Shamar could potentially be able to bring it home on this one. Zoro's doing that layup. Zoro's doing a layup for Shamar right now. Oh my fucking goodness. Okay. I think there should still be some more. No, because I ate when I got off of work. Sorry, I was talking to my mom. Oh, I love the one with, like, Patrick. the Patrick one where, like, SpongeBob is dunking in the background. No. D&D Beyond is not helpful for me either, don't worry. I still have my fair issues with it too. I hate it. I hate it. Levin does not hit. Arrest do, yes. By the way, oh, oh. That's a pretty good chunk of damage. You guys, Zora, once again, you see that Shamar quickly, on this opportunity, you see that Shamar, like, goes over and, like, unlike usual Shamar, where she is, like, very elegant in how she, like, does her strikes, you see that Shamar, kind of, like, looks angrily at this insect as you see her just, like, quickly, like, twirl her spears, where the blades are going down instead of going upward, and you see that she is just fucking stabbing into this thing, and it gets very dangerously close to you, Zora, as you see that some parts of her stabbing like pierce through the insect and almost reaches you on the other side as you're holding this guy grappled. You see that Shamar is just like stabbing into this thing angrily. Anything else you do on your turn, Shamar? It is not. If you're gonna give it a luck roll, if you're gonna give it a luck roll, your DC is going to be 30. Okay. It is the insectoid's turn. The insectoid is going to make a roll to break out of this. Oh, that's right. Athletics. Need to make an athletics check. I think you need to make an athletics too, Zoro. So go ahead and give me an athletics as well. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm. 10. Yeah. He outbeat that with a nat 20. Zoro, you see that even in rage, you see that he like squirms around enough, and probably because there's like a lot of blood that's kind of like spilled all over your arms. He's able to like quickly like headbutt you and kind of like slip under and is able to get back up again. He does. A D8 of damage. That's 5. Okay, and is that like... I'll say that he didn't move in front of it because your shadow was next to Zoro the entire time, so... Dex save of 15. Let's see if he has a very high dex, and he beats that with a mod 20. So he takes half of the Hellish Rebuke, right? Or not? Or no damage. Okay, he takes half. Okay. 21 damage. Holy shit. That is a lot of fucking damage. Shamar, you still got the opportunity attack from your shadow. Oh my fucking goodness. Go ahead and roll me the damage. Okay. Um. Okay. You see that as you and like what's it called? Sorry. As the insectoid like breaks his way out of Zoro's grasp and gets burned, you see that it like burned off a bit of its leg that it kind of stumbled over and it is landed directly underneath your shadow. Um I was going to kind of kick in a little bit. Um you see that as your shadow kind of like prepares to deal a finishing blow to this insectoid, Falcaril, you immediately feel like you have lost autonomy in your body as you guys hear not Falcaril's voice but a very deep bellowed voice kick up that says, "Wait." You see you see moving forward is this new version of Falcaril. You see that she goes over and he says, "No, if there is only one of this is part of a hive mind. There is a way we can be able to deal with it without dealing with the hive mind. Let me finish this." You see that you see Oh, go ahead. Yep. You lie down and relax. You see that this quote unquote Falcaril, you see that they go over and you see that they like grab both of the antennas on this insectoid's head. You see that they like hoist it up by the antennas, and you see that Falcaril's eyes glow a very bright blue as you see that their hands begin to like glow, or what's it called? You see that their hands begin to like emit a very like light blue kind of aura to them, and you see that Falcaril's hands slowly turn black and like charring as you see that they are like inputting a like very strong sense of magic in between this, that you see that the head of this insectoid just completely bursts like a grape. And you see that they look over, they say, "Good, we don't have to deal with the insects anymore. The brood mother should have been able to feel that signal. That signal should have overloaded her senses and killed her from here. Everything should be fine from here on." And upon the last portion of that, you see that Falcaril like kind of like kicks back and kind of hunches over as you see like three kind of like small portals open up around them, as you see like these very odd spectral chains wrap around both her left and right wrist, and one around her neck, as you see that a like weird specter begins pulling itself out of Falcaril and like being pushed out of her, as you see that Falcaril's attire quickly changes back to her normal attire, and Falcaril goes unconscious. You guys see that this like four-armed specter is like, as it's like pulled out from Falcaril, is like pulled into like a like small portal as they are like slowly being swallowed up into this portal and disappear, thus ending the combat encounter. Yeah, so you're able to quickly catch Falcaril before she completely collapses to the pavement. And you see that Falcaril is knocked out cold, but she's conscious, but just not awake. Uh, Falcaril, um you feel like you're like walking through like a like lucid dream almost as you kind of like hear something echoing in the darkness. Falcaril, you hear something kind of like echoing bit by bit until you kind of start to wake up a bit more, and you see that you see Shamar kind of like hovering over you, just like tapping you on the forehead. You upon hearing this, upon saying this, Falcro, you see Zoro kind of like kick up a little bit. You see, okay. Zoro, you quickly pack up your stuff, and Coco follows suit as well, following both of you guys into the tavern. Where you see that there are still a bunch of the survivors that are still there. Amongst everything, as well, you guys see that Zoro and not Zoro, Zoro's brother and a couple of his compatriots who are still alive after all that fighting that happened outside quickly come inside, and they're like, you see that his brother kind of like kicks up the conversation. He's like, ah, so where is he? Where is he? Where's the thing we're killing? Oh, oh. You see that he sees the body of the insect. He's like, oh, oh, okay. Yeah, hold on. Uh, your guys' conversation is cut short as you guys hear multiple footsteps coming through, and coming through, you guys see Karuni along with a couple, along with Tal, Balin, Captain Christian, and Private Mark, along with Captain Christian carrying the corpse of Baxter. You see that? Go ahead. Sorry. You see that there are still some arrows, and there's still like a few arrows that are like broken off of Balin. Holy shit! Hold on. Sorry. I need to... Yeah, I know. I couldn't hear. Yeah. It's okay. You see that Balin kind of like goes over to you, Shamar. You see that you see that there's like a lot of arrows, or not a lot, but there's like still a few arrows that are still kind of like lodged into Balin, but you see that they are all like, you know, broken in half, and just making sure they stay in there so that they don't, you know, he doesn't bleed. As Tao quickly lets go of Balin and goes straight to Falkril, as Balin like looks over, kind of like stumbles a little bit because of the abruption of like letting him go very abruptly. As Balin kind of looks at you. You see that Balin kind of like holds on to you, says, "It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. He needs his moment." So, how was everything? Well, not too good per se. You see that he kind of shows you that some of the arrows are still lodged into him. He's like, "Yeah, not my best moment, but we got the job done." Well, information I've been hearing the first time, it changes something. Not much, but it's. You see that he kind of like grits his teeth a little bit as he smiles. He's like, "Yes, it's a weird feeling, you should say, as humans call it." uh, Shamar, give me an insight check. Okay, so that's a D4. Okay, nice you, nice you. I did. Wait, hold on. One sec. I didn't see that your newest one. Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I already saw it already. 30 plus 1 or 14. Yeah. You see, of what? This encounter? Yes. This is a success. Oh my god. I was gonna say he's gonna injure himself. um, Shamar, you can clearly see on Balin's face, he has like a very pained expression, um, almost like there's something that is like very painful for him to tell you. You see a surprise. You see like his eyebrows kind of like raise up in surprise. He's like, "Well, I didn't realize when you were born with telepathy, reading minds." You see that he kind of like stumbles a little. You see that he kind of stumbles a little bit. He's like, "It has been too long since I've had a drink. I need one." Fine. Let's get it over with. As you are bringing Balin inside, Tal or not Tal, Falcril, you see that Tal kind of like quickly goes over and he rushes over to you. He says, "Oh, are you okay? What happened?" You see that he looks over at you, Celeste, and in Elvish, he's like, how do I tell her, does she need any healing? I don't know much about common, but... You see a surprised look over, so he's like, wait, you know our language? Well, okay. Did you need any assistance? You need any help or anything or? You see like a blank expression wash over his face, like, what? So he's like, so, I'm gonna go bring you inside now. You see that he quickly picks you up and he starts bringing you inside of the tavern. Yeah. Uh, you see that Mercurial looks over at you, Celeste. He's like, well, that's a first. I never thought I'd have to see somebody's soul ripped out by my own, but is that what mine looked like when I kind of like died before? Was that kind of like what happened with me? Okay. You take his hand and you both make your way inside to the tavern, leaving Eric and Karuni. You see that after like a very arduous journey, you see that Karuni has like a couple bits of like foliage still like left in her like hair, and some bits that got trapped in her armor. Um, you see that your conversation is kind of cut short as Captain Christian goes to you, Cronies. Both Captain Christian and Private Mark go to you, and they give their classic salutes. As Captain, you see Captain Christian go over and he salutes you. He says, "Forgive me for intruding on this, Eric with a K, but I will require some orders as to what to do with the corpse of Baxter here," as he's still holding Baxter by the collar. Yes, ma'am. You see that both him and Private Mark quickly gather up Baxter's unconscious body, and both make their way inside of the tavern as well. Yep. You guys, you guys go in and you guys see that there are still. You guys, you guys make your way in. You guys see that there are a lot of survivors, and you guys see that as you guys come in, you guys see that the survivors all begin to clap, and cheer for you guys. Oh, I did not hear that part because you lagged a little bit. Okay. Oh, he fucking. Oh, he fucking. We'll quickly cut to. We will cut to we will cut to Zoro for a quick minute. Okay, we'll cut to Zoro for a quick minute. Zoro, as you make your way into the tavern, you guys see that you and Coco see that there are a bunch of people. The rest of the survivors are clapping and cheering for you guys that you guys had managed to keep them safe and managed to save Ravenfall. And yep, a good few minutes later, you see that Private Mark and Captain Christian have both made their way in with the unconscious body of Baxter. Captain Christian, of course, holding him, not in a very proper way, just holding him by the collar and dragging him with him. You see that they both look at you, Zoro, and you see that Captain Christian quickly drops the corpse of Baxter to give you a salute with his right arm. He says, "It is good to see you too, Commander Zoro." Well, we were ordered by Captain Caruni to bring him into a holding cell, seeing as how the other ones are broken up and torn asunder. We are going to bring him into the kitchen and lock it. I'm sorry, sir, but all the other prisons have been destroyed currently that we have seen throughout the city. There's not exactly like no other rooms that are like that. Probably the only room that would kind of fit that description would be the storage room upstairs, but there is a barred window. The corpse of this ghoul is still here pinned to the wall. It wasn't cleaned up. You see that Private Mark nods, but Captain Christian says, "No can do, sir. There are still might be some more survivors out there in the city. I'm afraid I'll have to disobey that command to see if I can find some more survivors, if you permit me, sir." You see Coco quickly perks up and looks at you, and telepathically in your mind says, "Yes." "Yes, Zoro." You see that he quickly goes over to Captain Christian and sits next to him. As Captain Christian looks over, he says, "Thank you, sir." "Yes, sir." You see that Captain Christian looks over at Private Mark and says, "Private Mark, I'm going to need you to gather up all the rest of the able-bodied fighters and set up a perimeter around here and make sure this place is safe." You see that Private Mark quickly gives a quick nod before going over to the rest of the people to see if there's anybody else to help out. As one of your other soldiers comes up, he says, "Well, that was a very dangerous day indeed. Whew. Haven't had a day like that since the day that we brought down most of the royalties in here. Well, in Ravenfall, at least." "Oh, I know you don't really know me, sir, but I'm one of the few recruits that barely managed to pass the physical exams." "Yes, sir." You see that he quickly scuttles off away from you, along with the other recruit that is also brought up with him as well. leaving you with you and the unconscious body of Baxter. Okay. You bring him into the kitchen, and you see that some of the maids are in there, and they prepped up a bit of food to be able to like give out to people. As you see that one of the maids looks over, and she says, "Ah, Zoro, it's good to see you again. Do you have any need to be in the kitchen?" Oh, of course. You go and get yourself some good rest, dear. As the head maid looks over at the other two, and she kind of nods to them as they all start preparing trays of food, to kind of like hand out to the survivors in the lobby, leaving the place empty, as you bring Baxter's body inside of the kitchen. Okay. Oh. Uh, we'll call it like that. You're able to like when you are gonna do that, you need to have like a container in which to hold the liquid in. But it's easy. You're able to quickly find a pitcher, an empty pitcher to be able to put the water in it to be able to hold the water in it. Yeah. Okay. So while Zoro is going ahead to make some food, we will cut to Falcaril and Tal. Um, Falcaril, you see that Tal has kind of like gotten you a chair and has kind of like had you like take a seat as he's like brought over like a cup of water for you. He's like, "Do you need anything else? You all right?" Oh, you see that he kind of like rubs the back of his neck. He's like, "Yeah, it's kind of a stupid name. The name's Tal. Yeah, Tal Ever, Tal Evergreen. Yeah, sorry. Oh, oh, that what a odd coincidence. We have very close names. Yeah. Um, uh, sorry. It's been a long day. I'm still trying to gather my thoughts together. I'm kind of like all over the place. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I can tell. For everyone, I can see here as you see Tao kind of like look at all the other survivors in here. He's like, "Gee, for years I thought humans were very, you know, detestable towards elves, but it's weird. I've been, you know, losing my home, kind of like open my eyes up to the world. It's just a lot to take in. You know, having to yeah, having to move out of my home very very soon. Well, sooner than I'd imagined. it's it's weird getting used to the new atmosphere, especially with people who, growing up, I was told that these people would despise me or throw me into a cage and sell me off into slavery or something. But I don't see that here. I don't see people who hate each other. I see kind-hearted people. Yeah, it's weird, you know. You see that he like quickly looks at you, and you guys like quickly like lock eyes with each other for a few moments before Tao quickly looks away. He's like, sorry, I know it's not proper etiquette to look at somebody in the eyes. But I'm sorry. Shoot. Oh. Oh. You see that he like quickly looks over. He's like, sh- you, you're sure? I mean, okay. Yeah, yeah. Is it just me, or did like some of the temperature get hotter in here? I had you see that he like kind of like tugs on like the collar of his plate armor. He's like, yeah, it seems like got a oddly a bit hotter in here. Sheesh. Oh, yeah, Princess Caruni. Yeah, they're doing something. And you for a few bits you see that one of the maids go over and she says, "Ah, would you like any water or any food, my dear?" As she looks at you, Falcrill. Okay, and you, sir? You see that the maid looks at Tal, and Tal kind of like tilts his head and like raises his eyebrow, and he looks at you. He's like, in Elvish, he's like, what is she asking? Oh, yeah. Can you let her know? I'll take some porridge and some water. You see that the maid looks over. She says, not to my recollection, but I think we have a small collection of books here in our tavern, so maybe you might be able to find one there. I believe. I'll see about that for you, dear. Let me go get the porridge. You said correct? Okay. Okay. Very well. You see that she. You see that she quickly. You see that she quickly trails off. um, you see Tao kind of like look at you again. He's like, uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. What, what, what was this? What was the city called? I wasn't able to catch the name of it. Ravenfall. Oh, that's a pretty cool name. I mean, not as cool as ours. I'm sorry, that was a stupid joke. I'm sorry about that. Um, yeah. Do you do any like divination or anything like magic? Oh, oh. Uh, so you know a bit of it. Oh, can you show me what some of the divination magic looks like? Because elven divination magic kind of functions a bit differently, I think, from what I've kind of read from some books. Um, like if I remember, like yours is like yellow and ours is like green. I don't know. I wasn't probably paying attention at the time, so you know. Oh, oh, is that how it works? Oh, okay. Um, cool. So can you show me how you do divination? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. You see that you're able to like you see that you like make a quick like intertwined bit of like gold like these very like golden lighted strings that are like that slowly like kind of like wrap around Tal. He's like, "Whoa. So it is different. Wow. I didn't know that. That's cool. And you can do this." Oh, you must have led an interesting life then. That's for you to do this. This is pretty cool. Yeah. You see like a you see like a very like soft like smile on his face seeing your divination magic, and almost like he is like encapsulated by the by the excitement of seeing divination magic different than how he would usually see it. Um with this we will cut with Tal and Falcro for real quick to Shamar and Balin. Shamar, as you have made your way inside, helping Balin kind of like go over and like find a seat over by the table, you see Balin like quickly like slumps over in the seat. He says, "It is too long since I've had a seat. Being old teaches you a lot of things." Oh. Enough. I've heard enough. Uh, you know, this isn't my first time being in a human city. It's weird to come back after years of being in the village. It's it's nice. Better than seeing the village, of course. Well, not here. I, I hate to admit it, but the very stoic man you see out there is a very soft-hearted individual. I was out for a mission once. Went out to a village to free some elven slaves, and I I met a woman. She was weirdly more beautiful than the ones in in our village. Weird to say. No, don't worry. We didn't have anything like that. Don't worry. We've had a few nights of reconnaissance, but nothing too serious. There are days that I wish I could go back and see her again, but, well, the duty of the elves calls for first. Yeah. You see that you pull out an arrow. It's like, ooh, that one is close to an artery. Ouch. Uh, you know, it's weird. It feels like a family here. You see that he looks around and he sees all the different kinds of people that are around in this area. He says, to think, years ago, well, maybe not years ago, but centuries ago, we were told that humans would enslave us, only to find out that, well, they're like us, but a little weaker. As he kind of nudges you a little bit. You see Balin puts a hand on your shoulder as you are addressing some of his wound. He says, "Everything that has happened so far is what I would deem as fate. Now, not many elves believe in the superstition of fate, but me, I've always been one to kind of have a knack for it. A lot of things happen in my life too that I lost direction. Don't know where I'm going, don't know what to do, don't know my next steps. Being stuck in a new environment can be very challenging. But the more times that you put yourselves in situations like that, the more you will become more independent of certain things. Certain feelings. But you don't need to sort it out right away. Took me years to find out about that. You don't need to sort yourself out right away. The only thing we can do is move our feet towards the setting sun, as I think the humans say that somewhere. But I am unsure. All we can do is protect those that we know who will have our backs at the end of the day, right?
Did she die?
I think so.
She died.
I think Shamar died.
Back now?
Oh, there she is.
Okay.
There she is.
You're back.
Ah, Jesus God, Lord of mercy. Whew, I was just gonna say, what part did I cut off at?
Well, you
You
finished
didn't
off
even
everything.
start.
Yeah, you finish off everything for you. I was just finishing up the portion for
Okay.
Balin. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna ask something else.
Oh, go ahead.
Shamar was just going to look at Balian, and she's just going to say, "Now I think you owe me an explanation. When I was asking you before why you ran off so quickly, what was the reason?"
You see that his face quickly turns sour. He says, don't need to worry about that. It's nothing. It's something
No,
similar.
I think it is quite something. I've already been lied to by Colchis, and I've been used. Tell me. I think I deserve to at least know what else might be coming. Even before the pain in my neck. It's not It's not something that I remembered. It was something that I just came back to me. Was it even my memory? But it's my scar. I am done with the secrets. Tell me what it is. Tell me what you know.
You see Balin kind of like stare off a little bit away from you, and he says, "You want to know? Really?"
Yes. Yes. Why would I not want to know? It is about me, yes?
It's difficult to explain, but you you're not who you say you are, Shamar. There is something different that has happened to you, and the fault was mine. It was
What?
I will tell you a story. There was once that I had a promising student, a student whose combat abilities, though she was very young, she excelled greater than some of the greater assassins in our village. So, I took the opportunity and brought her in as my pupil. Taught her my ways of fighting, taught her ways of keeping herself alive and out in the forest, out in the wilderness. As he's saying this, Shamar, you feel a small tinge in your head as these small bits of like odd memories are kind of coming back to you, but it's like very blurred. It's kind of like hard to really see what it's kind of tell what is happening. As Balin continues on. There was a day that I had decided that she might be ready for a challenge. And, fuck's sake. PJ! Fuck's sake! You see that Balin kind of looks over, he says, there was a day I thought that she would be ready for a challenge of sorts. I had prepared something for her, and I was ready to give her this challenge. She did fairly well. And the challenge was nothing more than to kill Kolkis. Yes.
What?
Yes. I ordered her to. That was because, I knew of Kolkis' cruelties. I know to the extent of how far he would go to save our people, but saving is a loose term for him. So long as they're alive, there are people. But that does not mean that if they are safe, they're okay. No. Kolkis changed. What brought about this change, I don't know. But I knew the extent of his cruelties, not to just us as adults. No. It extended far beyond even to our children. That was why I decided to take in that little girl as my disciple. She was supposed to be next in line to be a part of the Death Corps. But for me, I could never allow her to do that. Not yet. She seemed so very promising. And all that talent would go to waste just being nothing more than a tool for assassination. So, I thought if I gave her the challenge of killing Kolkis, it would change. Well, that was until Kolkis caught us by surprise. And, you see that he points over to you. He kind of like points over at the area on his neck where you know that scar. He says, "Well, You died.
I. What?
Shaymar, you were my most prominent student. I was hoping that I could spare you from the fate of having to deal with Colchis's repercussions. But Colchis got to us too early. I was too late. By the time I had found you, you were already gone. Knowing that Colchis had robbed a life that could have elevated our people, I did something I should not have done. And to this day, I still regret it.
Did you do?
Do you see that Balin kind of looks away as he kind of like bites his lip in anger?
Whatever you did to me. I am owed an explanation.
I know. You know the story I told you about how it was not my first time coming to villages? Well, human villages. Well, that day that you died, there was no other person who would try to bring you back but me. And one more. The woman that I told you about in the village, she offered her life to bring you back. But something went wrong with the ritual, and well, you came back, but without any knowledge of who you were. So what I think happened was, during the ritual, half of your souls were put into you. So you are half Shaymar. But you are also half Amanda, the woman I met in the human village. No one would offer their lives to save someone from beyond the grave. So I vowed from that day that you were brought back that I would keep you safe, even to my dying breath. Seems like I failed at that too. You see a streak of tears kind of like fall down from his cheek. He says, you know,
Damn.
I never thought that you would be like this, that you would still return to the Death Core. But when you were brought back, Colchis immediately took you in. So no matter how much I tried to budge and keep him away from you, he still made you a tool. That was not the life I wanted for you. Not for you. And yet, I still failed. As a teacher and as a, well, surrogate father, I think, is what the humans say. I didn't think you'd have to learn about your life like this, but that's the truth. I didn't think that any more of Colchis' bastard line would be alive, but when I learned that Colchis still had Baxter, and Baxter still roamed this plane, I couldn't help but remember the cruelties he had committed. Not to just the children, but to you. I couldn't stand for that. Never.
Shabar is just like looking from, looking right at him, but like kind of not really being able to take in the sheer gravity of all of that information. She probably just like looks towards him and then like looks like just like looks around, feels the scar on the side of her neck again and just like looks towards the door. She'll just walk past Balin. She'll just say, "No, my three survivors. I'm going out." And she'll just leave the tavern.
And Shamar leaves. We will now cut to Mercurio and Celeste.
Damn, she just got hit with all that information. You're gonna do her like that? That's cray.
You see that, Celeste, you see that you bring Mercurio inside, and you see that Mercurio kind of like stops, and because he stops, you're not able to like move anymore. You turn around and you see Mercurio seeing like a bunch of food that is like laid out for the survivors, that is laid out on the table. He's like, oh, I am way too hungry for this. Do you mind if I get something to eat? Please?
Why not? Kind of been a long day.
Yeah! You see that Mercurio quickly goes over and he like grabs up a bunch of pieces of food and like puts it together on like a oh god, hold on, we're getting called. One sec, I'll be right back.
Who's getting a butt call?
No, this is
That
cray.
is
It's
crazy.
cray.
That's crazy as hell. Ain't no way you got two half souls. Is that why you got a shadow? Whoa!
It took
Damn.
you that long to connect the dots?
He pieced it
I'm high.
together.
Okay, weed time for me is like 5 seconds. For you, it's like 5 minutes.
So like the Nether in Minecraft.
You feel me? You feel me? But hey,
Yes.
that's interesting. That's cool. I like that.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
He's Berg.
Sorry.
Back.
You see that Mercurio, instead of grabbing like a proper plate, he like moves over his shield and kind of like makes it into a plate, even though it's kind of like bloodied and has like a bit of dirt on it. You see that he like quickly grabs some food and like puts it on his shield and just starts eating away on the shield. And obviously, taking quick sips of like different drinks of like wine, water, some ale, that is kind of like laid out as he's like taking just quick swigs of it. He's like, oh, man, I have not had anything to eat since the Colosseum. That was good.
Ugh. And Celeste in that moment, she like goes over and she like checks him over to see if there's any like wounds or anything like that she can like quickly assess and heal.
Give me a medicine check.
That is 23. What I figure that she does in this moment, she like takes his like face, like I imagine like still stuffed with like food, and she kind of like looks at like she kind of like moves his like face around to like see if there's anything there too.
You see that as you're like moving his head, he's like, do I got something on my face?
Other than food, no.
Oh, well, that's good. You see that he continues eating. You notice that there's a weird irregularity in his shoulder, because his armor's like battered and broken. You can kind of see like his flesh underneath it. You can see that like an odd. It looks almost like a dislocation in his shoulder that you can kind of like see that like the bone is poking out more than it should be.
With his skin?
Not his skin, but it's like pushing up against it. That it's not like piercing his skin, but it's like very visible.
Well, that's a broken bone. That's not dislocated. That shit's type 1.
You see that he just continues eating as he looks over. He's like, "What? Only wrong.
He must not feel pain or something, bro. That's impossible.
Oh man. Celeste just like takes his arm. She's like, hold on. And she like tries to like push it back
As you
in place.
kind of like push it, you feel that there is like something off with the bone in there. As you kind of like push it, it kind of like weirdly like pushes, but it also like when you like let go of pressure, it like goes back.
Oh. Can she use like healing help or healing word or something on it?
Okay. You cast a bit of healing, and you see that the bone, like on its own, slowly goes back into place, but only just about halfway, and it stops again. He's like, "Ooh, that kind of felt good. I've been kind of having this weird shoulder problem for the past few hours. I don't know what the hell it is, but that actually kind of helped." Ooh.
Okay.
Shoulder
Gonna
problem,
say-
motherfucker. You are dying.
Your bone, my dude.
Your
Your
bone.
bone.
His shoulder blade probably damn near hanging on by a thread, and he talking about, oh, it's a little pain, tis a flesh wound.
You see that the
Like,
bone.
no.
You see that the bone
like a
only
little
has got
pinch.
about like halfway in, like halfway back into place, and it's still, it's like not poking out as much anymore, but it's still kind of visible.
Okay. Would he need like I don't know, because I'm thinking like, would he need like a splinter for this, or like, could I just continue healing him with the healing word?
You can go either way if you'd like.
Okay, I think because he said that healing word helped a lot, I think I'm gonna continue casting it.
Okay. You cast healing word again, and as you see the bone slowly go into place, you hear a crack. As you see Mercurio kind of like quickly arch his back, is like, oh, oh my god, oh,
How big that arch?
that. I don't know what you did, but that felt really bad, but also kind of good. Ugh.
Sorry.
You see that he's able to like move his shoulder, like he's able to move his rotator cuff like 360. He's like, oh, that's good. Yeah, I've been having a problem where like I can't like fully put my arm like behind me, but now I can like. You see that he like quickly puts his like you see that he like folds his arm behind him on his back with his like palm facing out. He's like, yeah, I can do this now. Oh, okay, that's cool. I don't know how long I've been having that problem, but that felt pretty good. I don't know what you did, but thanks.
Oh, I just did a bit of healing magic. That's all.
Magic works in very mysterious ways. I don't know how that works.
I mean, it was one of the first spells that Babel taught me, so.
Yeah. Speaking of which, where the hell is the guy? Guy hasn't shown up after all the kerfuffle that happened out in Iron Luna.
It's a bit difficult to explain. But he'll be back.
No.
Didn't we
No,
explain to him
I
that the
think-
spirit of sobriety took him, and
I
he had to
think-
take a test?
I think.
Yeah, I think we did.
I think I might know what happened. I think I might know what happened. He got
Which
taken.
is?
He got taken by another succubus again, didn't he?
Yeah, he definitely did, yeah.
Yeah. They're probably out playing camping or something. I don't know.
Less Mercurio.
Well, you see that he like quickly finishes the food and he's like, "Well, that was good. Haven't had food in hours. Felt relieved. Yeah, feels a bit different, you know. Hold on. Is there something wrong with my? I kind of got something else on my back. You see that he quickly goes over, like takes off like whatever armor he has left on his like torso, and he like rips open the back of his tunic. He's like, is there anything that happened back there too? As you see that there is like something metallic that is like lodged into his back.
There's an arrow in your butt.
Oh, that's not
From what you're looking at, this looks like the tip of a sword that has like broken itself off into his back.
Oh, Celeste's just like looking at this. She's like, I might as well just look you over naked or something, because I don't even know whatever. And then she like grabs the tip of the sword and she like pulls it out.
You see that as you like reach for it, he's like, whoa, wait!
Yes.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna what?
You said you're gonna look at me naked. That's weird.
No. No. I didn't mean. I made it as a figure of speech. I didn't mean it as an actual literal.
But
literal
it's
sense.
like it's. I mean, like
Caught in 4K?
I mean, like it's weird, right? I mean, for you at least.
So-
I mean, I don't know if it just
It would.
you know.
It would be weird because we're not really like, I don't know. Usually people who see each other naked are like, I don't know, like people who are dating and stuff. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it's not weird, I have like a weird like crick in my leg where like whenever I like kind of like stretch a little bit, it like kind of pops, and then I like move again and it like pops again. I don't know if that's like a normal thing.
You just see Celeste's eyes wide and she's like, okay. Yeah, I can look anything you want. I can look over.
Huh. Well, yeah, I guess that's pretty useful. Hey, thanks. You see that he kind of goes over and he like wraps his arm around you, kind of like gives you a big pat on the shoulder. He's like, the joys of being here in Ravenfall. I wonder what it's like to be out in the other cities during a time like this.
Sure. I mean, we still have a lot to explore, don't we?
Yeah, we still got a lot to explore. I mean, hell, there was that famous bakery out there somewhere. What the hell was it called? I'm kind of forgetting the name, but I heard from some of the soldiers back in the army. They told me that there's like this really good bakery place that they got stationed at in like a city somewhere, and they got some really good pastries from it. I want to take you there. Well,
You would?
yeah. Well, depending if that place is still there. I don't even remember the name of it. It's kind of like a weird. It's some weird name or something. I don't know. I can't really remember.
Oh. That's less like she's like thinking of like. Can she think of any famous bakeries that she might have like read about?
You know that there's a famous bakery that Celeste, when she was younger, kind of went to with her adoptive parents, called Mortel's. Mortel's was like it seemed like a very like basic bakery, but the pastries that they had there were absolutely amazing to Celeste. And that's like I'd say, in terms of lore, probably one of the few places that kind of give a little bit of inspiration to Celeste. Because the pastries themselves look so very basic, but there's so much that was put together with it that even though it looks basic, it had a lot of depth of flavor and everything.
Okay. So I guess Celeste, she has an idea of what it might be. And then she like, gives a nod. She's like, I think I know what it is that you're talking about.
So it might. Yeah, so I think you might know about that. As you see that he kind of like, as you see that his hand is like wrapped around you, you see that he kind of like pulls you a little closer. He's like, yeah, I mean, that would be pretty cool if we went there. And I think if I remember, that city also had like a really good like blacksmith that kind of worked there. I need to go check him out because I think some of my equipment might be broken. As you look over and you see that his like armor has like completely like dented in. Some portions of it have been like completely torn off. You see that he's missing one of his pauldrons that's supposed to be on his other shoulder. One of his gauntlets is like completely like busted open, and it's like instead of it being like a gauntlet that goes from his hand to his elbow, it just like is only it's like a glove now. He's like, yeah, I think I might need a bit of repairs on my armor.
I think I may need some too. This armor, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's really nice, but I think it's time for me to upgrade a bit too.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you still look pretty cute in most outfits, I think.
Kiss already.
You see the voice, yes already. I was just like, and she's like, I look cute.
Yeah. What, you don't?
I think you look quite handsome yourself.
Ah, well, thanks for the compliment. You see that in that like in that one instance, you see that you both lock eyes for a few moments. As you see that Mercurial kind of like looks over, is like, yeah, thanks for the compliment. You know,
Their eyeballs are fucking each other right now.
he's like,
They are.
it's weird, you know. I never really like knew too many people in my life, but all the people that I did meet are pretty cool. As he looks over at you, he's like, yeah, they're pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I'd say you're a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. You see that he gives like a big hearty smile before he quickly gives you like a full like bear hug and like lifts you up before putting you down a few seconds later. He's like, oh, okay, that hurts. Okay, I probably shouldn't bend that way. Oh.
Yeah, I think we should definitely look you over and make sure that there's nothing else lodged in your body.
Wait, there's something lodged in my body? Where?
I'll get it for you. Don't worry about it. And she like goes to his back and she takes out the tip of the sword.
You see that you pull on the tip of the sword a little bit. He's like, okay, that one's bad. Oh. You see that he quickly like goes over and like stumbles onto the table as he grips the corner of the table. See, he like breaks off a piece of the table. He's like, oh shit! Oh, that one was bad.
Yep. And then she like tosses the tip of the blade onto the table. She's like, that was in your back.
That.
And she places a hand on the table too, like as she like places her other hand on her hip.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. I don't know how that got in my back, but that hurt bad. Ooh. Thanks. Ooh.
You're welcome. But now we definitely need to check you over.
Yeah, I think so too. You see that he like quickly grabs a chair and like sits down before doing a full examination on him. Anything else anybody wants to do here? Because we are going to end off the session in a moment.
Zoro is going to. He's finished cooking. He's done. He cooked everything needed. Piles of food is gonna be taken out, but when he's just gonna let the servers do all that.
Okay.
After that, he's gonna head out as well, and then it's to go start collecting the bodies of his fallen men.
Okay. You see that one of the maids goes over and she says, I didn't realize that you were still in here. Sorry about that. You see that she is like about to close the door.
Oh, 1 second, actually.
Oh. You see that she pops her head back and she's like, yes?
I have finished cooking. If you want to continue to cook, you can, but I prepared a good amount of food. 1 second, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna search Baxter.
Search Baxter? Okay. So you're going to search Baxter. Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Dang it! I got a 7.
I'll give it to you. You see that you
Yeah.
search through his body. You see all types of knickknacks of assassin stuff. So you see bottle of potion. You see a rag that you can be able to use. You see that there's you see that because he has like a pouch. And this pouch is like a bag of holding. You see that you rummage through it. You see there's a bunch of assassin's tools in there. There's even a complete disguise kit that you can be able to use as well. But you also notice that there is a rolled up scroll inside of the bag of hold or the pouch of holding that has a seal, like a seal for a royalty house on the front of it.
What language is it in?
It's a sigil, so there's
Oh,
no
it's a sigil.
there's no words. It's a sigil.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Can I open the scroll?
Yeah. You open the scroll and you see that the scroll is written in some gibberish language that you can't really seem to kind of comprehend.
Alrighty. He'll go ahead. He'll roll it back up and put it back into the holding. Um, Honestly, just put everything that he does find into the bag of holding, and then yeah. I mean, how beat up is Baxter? Like, will he be waking up anytime soon?
You see that he is still breathing, but you see that the Baxter that you know of, where you recognize his facial structure, it's not there anymore. You see that his face is so puffed up, his eyes can barely stay open. You see that one of
Bro,
the
you said corpse 5 times and he's alive?
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to say corpse. I'm five
Might as
heading.
well be.
Yeah,
God damn.
I wasn't five heading. I was five heading. Sorry, but you see that he's unconscious. He's breathing, but you see that his facial structure. You see that his face has dozens of markings of where he's been punched. You see that his face is swollen so much his eyes can't open. You see that there's a weird small indent on the side of his head. There is just so much that is wrong with his face and his entire head.
If he moves,
I mean, is that new?
Right?
Or is that just how he always fucking looked? Funky.
Zora's gonna tell the maid, if he moves, just get him a quick kick to the face. See if you can fix it.
uh,
I'm sure he'll stop and after that.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'll keep a lookout here in the kitchen for you. Of course, of course.
All right, everything's ready. I will be.
Of course. You have a good day, Zoro.
You too. And then Zoro is going to head out and start collecting the bodies of the men he lost.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything else?
Nah,
Nope.
Eric and
Nope.
Karina just fucking.
Eric and Crudy are just fucking. Star, Lino, anything you guys want to do? Anything else you guys want to do before we end off the session? Small little bits of flair stuff.
Shamar is just walking, kind of speed walking through town, trying not to break into a run. She's trying to, just go back into the mindset of do your job. And she's just kind of trying to look for survivors and trying not to think about what she just heard.
Yeah, you're able to find a good few amount of survivors and kind of guide them back towards the tavern. And your mind continues racing over your mind. You're trying to keep your mind preoccupied, but there's still some bits of that story that Balin had told you that kind of cause you to be a little more standoffish. You're trying to scroll through some. You notice that as you are trying to remember some things, there are things about your childhood that you can't remember. All you remember is bits and pieces of it, but once again, it's like how it was when Balin was telling the story. It's like you're in like a lucid dream where you're like walking through like a scenario, but you can't see any other detail, just like very vivid colors and maybe shapes that you can kind of see as you're scrolling through some of your memories.
Yeah, Shamar's just like, as she's like, a part of her wants to dig deeper into it and remember what's hers and try and cast out, this other person who's, I guess, attached to her now, but like another part of her doesn't even want to think about it. And just like, no, 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 no. I don't want anything to change. I don't want this to ever have to become, like bigger than it is now. It doesn't matter. Whatever happens, doesn't matter. She's just like trying to gather survivors and, just like bring them back to the tavern. She just like wants to feel like she still has her own purpose and all. So she's just like, no, just do work. Just work. Put that all back into the back of your mind and focus on anything else.
Okay. Yeah. So you're still out looking for survivors and trying to keep yourself preoccupied. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to do? Lino? Sailor? Star?
I'm good.
Yaka?
Celeste's just gonna take the opportunity and just, after Mercurial, eats a whole shit ton of food, she's gonna take him to a room and just,
Peg him.
I'm gonna take a big guess that Lino has probably passed out and is asleep since he has not responded.
Her mic is muted, so either that is the truth or something else.
That's what I was thinking. So we will end off the session here. Thank you everybody for tuning in to today's video. I know we kind of had to split this video in half, so there was a part 1 and a part 2. But of course, like last time, I was not able to finish off the session like I wanted to because, well, airport stuff. But we managed to get through today's session, and of course, our dear party has managed to avert another crisis to Ravenfall. Good job. You guys deserve a round of applause. Hell fucking yeah.
With that being said, we got to level up, right?
You guys already got a level up last time. Hold off.
This place owes us our fucking retirement, bro.
Exactly, bro. Come on now.
But thank you everybody for watching. Of course, like always, tune into some of the live streams that we're doing soon enough. By the way, we will be doing Time Twisters, so please tune into that as well, and that will be live streamed. So I think I got my live streaming to work. So we're gonna be back to live streaming D&D, and we're going to be streaming Time Twisters. Just be ready for the little stuff that will be coming out for it, and the date for when we have our first session of Time Twisters. Anyway, anybody else want to say anything else? Our dear players, anything you want to say about the session? Anything good or bad or anything weird?
You don't want me to say nothing weird, bro.
Don't give him that power.
Yeah, don't give him that power.
You don't want to hear that.
Fair.
You don't want to hear that.
Fair.
Ain't no party like a Diddy
party. Anything that the dear players want to say?
I just want to say for everybody that's fucking, y'all are some weirdos and some heavyweights. Because how you gonna, after seeing so many dead bodies, be like, you know what?
Let's fuck.
It's not the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like that guy that's like walking up in the park. He's like, ah ha ha. Fucking rubbing his hands
weird,
together.
bro.
He's like, ah ha ha.
Fuck, man. Don't be hating because Zoro don't get no play. All right? It's all right.
Zoro don't want no play. He just lost people he cared about. That's the whole point.
Me walking through.
Zoro is just, I am in misery. And then Eric, I give it DCPR. I said,
It's, oh my god. It's like, me walking through the trail of corpses to get to the elf I'm trying to bang since session 1. Oh my god.
Wait.
Anything else that want to be said before I end up tonight's session? Jesus Christ.
No.
No. Sailor's had enough. She's like, no, I want this to be over, please.
Oh God, of mercy.
Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. We will see you guys on the next session when, of course, more disaster strikes again, but not from an enemy, but from the party themselves. Who knows?
Let's go.
Oh, no.
Thank you everybody.
Eric, we're fighting you now.
We will see you again next week. Goodbye.